Most embarrassing moment of my life was probably in my year 9 Latin class, when I was sat on one of those chairs where like the seat was coming away from the legs a little bit, and I was like, amazing, I can be like rocking back and forth and the legs aren't even leaving the ground. This is totally a win-win situation. And then I was kind of like holding onto the table a bit, like just in case it breaks, it'll be fine. Of course, like rocking back and forth and back and forth, the seat came away from the legs, I went flying backwards. I was holding onto the table, right, so I kind of pulled it with me. So all my books like landed on my face, and it was a 2-person desk, so I like jammed the table into the ribs of my best friend Rachel. And yeah, I was like, just went flying, was like legs up in the air, and the whole class was like, yeah, well done Rachel, brilliant. That was quite a comedy moment. My major project is a motorbike crash helmet that displays sat-nav directions in the visor. So at the moment I'm looking down the route of designing it as an accessory that people would buy to clip onto their crash helmets. So I'm researching kind of the human factors side of things, so how we communicate instructions in a simple graphical way to people, in a way that doesn't require audio, and in a way that they can understand really easily, so it's not interfering with their perception or their cognitive ability, obviously in an environment such as riding a motorbike where there's loads of different sensory inputs and things like that. On my placement year, I worked for a company called SMR Automotive, who manufacture car wing mirrors for companies like Jaguar, Land Rover, Volvo, Toyota, and loads of other people. So it sounds kind of niche, but I'm really into cars, and it was design work, so it was pretty much perfect for me, like putting the two of those together. I learned a huge amount about like sort of manufacturing. Like they've got the factory there on site, so to be able to design something and then sort of step next door and see like current production going was absolutely fascinating for me. I loved it, and yeah, I learned a massive amount about kind of like CAD work and engineering drawings, as well as like injection molding and manufacturing and things like that. I had a really, really good year. I loved it. I would say my most individual thing, or perhaps my USP, is that despite being a girl, I'm also passionate about cars, motorbikes and Formula One, which is a bit odd, I know, but I kind of revel in that. I'm a drummer as well, which sort of still perpetuates the slightly odd stereotype.